Hey everyone, welcome back to TelehealthFX Talk. Today we're tackling something that I think is honestly one of the most important topics we've covered so far, and it's one that almost nobody in this space is giving you the full picture on. We're talking about muscle loss on GLP-1 medications. Is it real? How bad is it? And what can you actually do about it? Now, before we dive in, if you're considering starting a GLP-1 weight loss program or you're already on one and you want a platform that actually supports you through the whole process, not just the prescription, head over to go.telehealthfx.com/start. You can take a free qualification quiz in about 2 minutes. TelehealthFX gives you one-on-one onboarding support, so you're not just handed a medication and left to figure it out on your own. That's go.telehealthfx.com/start.
I'm so glad we're doing this episode because there is so much fear out there right now about this topic. You've got people on social media talking about Ozempic face, Ozempic body, saying GLP-1 medications are eating your muscles. And I get it, those headlines are scary, but the reality is way more nuanced than what you're seeing in a 30-second clip online.
Way more nuanced. So let's start with the big question that everyone's asking. Does semaglutide or tirzepatide cause muscle loss? And the honest answer is, when you lose a significant amount of weight, regardless of how you lose it, you're going to lose some lean body mass along with the fat. That's true whether you're losing weight through diet, through exercise, through bariatric surgery, or through GLP-1 medications. It's just how the body works.
And here's what's really important for people to understand. The clinical data shows that when you lose weight on GLP-1 medications, roughly 20 to 40% of the total weight you lose falls into the category that researchers call lean body mass. Now that sounds alarming until you understand what lean body mass actually means in these studies.
This is so important. When researchers measure body composition using DEXA scans, which is the standard method, everything that isn't fat or bone gets classified as lean mass. So that includes your actual skeletal muscle, sure, but it also includes water, glycogen, which is stored energy in your muscles and liver, organ tissue, and even intramuscular fat. So when a study says you lost 10 pounds of lean mass, a significant chunk of that could be water weight, stored glycogen, and fat that was inside the muscle tissue itself.
Wow, okay, so the headlines that say you're losing all this muscle might be significantly overstating what's actually happening to your actual functional skeletal muscle. That's a really important distinction.
It really is. And there's more good news. The Semaglutide studies, which specifically looked at functional outcomes, found that hand grip strength often actually improves during GLP-1 treatment. And the rate of sarcopenic obesity, which is the dangerous combination of low muscle mass and high body fat, that frequently decreases during treatment. So people are actually getting healthier in terms of their muscle to fat ratio, even though the absolute number on the lean mass measurement goes down slightly.
That makes a lot of sense when you think about it. And there was actually a study published in JAMA Network Open in January of 2026 that confirmed both semaglutide and tirzepatide produce substantial fat mass loss and an improved lean-to-fat ratio. So the quality of the weight loss is actually really good. The body is primarily burning fat, including dangerous visceral fat around your organs.
Exactly. And researchers are also finding that these medications reduce something called myosteatosis, which is fat infiltration within the muscle itself. So your muscles are actually getting cleaner and more metabolically efficient, even if the total lean mass number on a scan goes down slightly.
Okay, so that's the science, and it's actually more reassuring than the headlines would have you believe. But here's the thing. Even though the medication itself isn't causing some kind of pathological muscle wasting, there is a very real risk that people need to take seriously. And that's the risk of not doing anything to protect your muscle while you're losing weight rapidly.
That's the key point right there. The biggest risk isn't the medication. The biggest risk is losing weight in a caloric deficit without eating enough protein and without doing any resistance training. That's what leads to unnecessary muscle loss. And the problem is, GLP-1 medications suppress your appetite so effectively that a lot of people end up dramatically cutting their protein intake without even realizing it. So true. I hear this all the time. People say, I'm just not hungry. I'm eating maybe one meal a day, and not meal weight be a salad or a small portion of something. And they're losing weight fast on the scale, but they're not getting anywhere near enough protein to maintain their muscle mass. Which is why having proper clinical support matters so much. And this is where I want to talk about TelehealthFX again, because what sets them apart is that they don't just hand you a prescription and say good luck. When you start with TelehealthFX, you get one-on-one onboarding support. They walk you through what to expect. They help you understand protein targets, and they make sure you have a real plan in place. Plus, they offer NAD+ therapy and ceramorelin alongside semaglutide and tirzepatide, which are complementary therapies that support cellular energy, recovery, and lean mass preservation. If you want a platform that treats the whole you, not just the number on the scale, go to TelehealthFX.com. That's TelehealthFX.com. And I think that's really the difference between a prescription mill and a legitimate clinical weight loss program. A good program addresses the whole picture. So let's give people the actual playbook. If you're on a GLP-1 medication or you're about to start one, here are the things you need to be doing to protect your muscle. Number 1, protein. This is non-negotiable. You want to be targeting roughly 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of your body weight every day. For most people, that works out to somewhere around 0.8 to 1 gram per pound. And the key is to spread it across your meals, aiming for about 25 to 40 grams per meal. A pro tip that works really well is to eat your protein first at every meal, because when your appetite is suppressed, you want to make sure the protein gets in before you feel full. Great sources include lean chicken, fish, eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, and if you're really struggling with appetite, a quality protein shake can be a lifesaver. You can sip it throughout the day and hit your targets without having to force down a big meal. Number 2, resistance training. And before anyone panics, you do not need to become a bodybuilder. 2 to 3 sessions per week targeting your major muscle groups is what the research recommends. We're talking basic compound movements: squats, lunges, push-ups, rows. You can do these with free weights, resistance bands, or just your own body weight. You don't even need a gym membership. And the concept of progressive overload is important here. That just means you gradually increase the challenge over time. Add a rep, add a little more weight, go a little slower. That signals your body that the muscle is still needed and it shouldn't be broken down for energy.
Number 3, stop obsessing over the scale. The number on the scale doesn't tell you whether you're losing fat or muscle. Pay attention to how your clothes fit, how strong you feel, your measurements, and if possible, track body composition. Your provider can help you understand what the right metrics are.
And number 4, prioritize sleep and hydration. Your muscles repair and recover during sleep. 7 to 9 hours is the target, and staying hydrated is essential for muscle function and recovery, especially when you're in a caloric deficit.
And honestly, one more comparison point. Tirzepatide may produce slightly more absolute lean mass loss than semaglutide, but that's simply because tirzepatide tends to produce more total weight loss overall. The proportion is similar. Both medications produce excellent improvements in body composition ratios when you're doing the right things alongside them.
So let's bring it all together. GLP-1 medications do contribute to some lean mass reduction. That's a fact. But the research shows it's largely proportional to total weight loss. A portion of it is water and glycogen rather than actual skeletal muscle. And functional outcomes like strength and muscle quality actually tend to improve during treatment. The real risk comes from not supporting your body during the process.
And that's why working with a comprehensive clinical platform is so important. You want a provider team that's going to help you build the whole plan, not just write the prescription. Couldn't have said it better. And if you're ready to start that journey with a team that actually supports you, go to go.telehealthfx.com/start right now. Take the free qualification quiz. It takes about 2 minutes, and you'll find out if you're eligible for semaglutide, tirzepatide, or other treatments through a fully licensed program with transparent pricing, no hidden membership fees, one-on-one onboarding support, and 2-day UPS shipping. That's go.telehealthfx.com/start. Or visit the main site at TelehealthFX.com. That's TelehealthFX.com. And as always, everything we discuss on TelehealthFX Talk is for educational purposes. We're not providing medical advice. Please talk to your healthcare provider before starting or changing any medication, diet, or exercise program. Individual results vary, and what works for one person may not be the right fit for another.
Thanks for listening. If this episode helped you understand the muscle loss conversation better, share it with someone who needs to hear it. There's a lot of bad information out there, and the more people who understand the real science, the better decisions they'll make. We'll catch you next time on TelehealthFX Talk.